Welcome back to Colonel the Frog, also known as Kit. Blind plays Undertale and sucks at it really, really, really badly. And then goes to talk and be laughed at by Jada and April. Anyway, so last time I went ahead and got into the friend zone with Sans, and I also off-screen went ahead and rested up, so we're at fuller health. So I suppose we'll go ahead and call Papyrus, to go ahead and see. Ring ring! Snowden, home of Papyrus. That's the slogan, right? It's locked from the inside. As all good jails are. Well, let's head out into the cold. And it stopped snowing here. Okay. Ice cubes continuing on. Oh, hello. Yo! Are you sneaking out to see her too? Awesome! She's the coolest, right? I want to be just like her when I grow up. Hey, don't tell my parents I'm here. This is an echo flower. It repeats the last thing it heard, over and over. This is an echo flower. It repeats the last thing it heard, over and over. Gee, what a surprise. Hello, Sans. What? You haven't seen a guy with 2 jobs before? Fortunately, 2 jobs means twice as many legally required breaks. I'm going to Girlby's. Want to come? Okay, yeah, sure. Well, if you insist, I'll pry myself away from my work. Over here. I know a shortcut. Fast shortcut, huh? Hey, everyone. Hey, Sans. Hi, Sans. Greetings, Sans. Hiya, Sansy. Hey, Sans. Weren't you just here for breakfast a few minutes ago? Nah, I haven't had breakfast in at least half an hour. You must be thinking of brunch. Here, get comfy. Oops. Watch where you sit down. Sometimes weirdos put whoopee cushions on the seats. Anyway, let's order. What do you want? Fries or a burger? I'm feeling burger. Hey, that sounds pretty good. Grilby, we'll have a double order of burg. Just phased right through that. Scratching. So, what do you think of my brother? Yeah, he's cool. Of course he's cool. You'd be cool too if you wore that outfit every day. He'd only take that thing off if he absolutely had to. Oh well, at least he washes it. And by that, I mean he wears it in the shower. Here comes the grub! Want some ketchup? Yeah, ketchup. Bon appetit. Tip the ketchup. The cap falls off and all the ketchup in the bottle pours onto your food. Whoops. Forget about it. You can have mine. I'm not hungry anyway. Anyway, cool or not, you have to agree Papyrus tries real hard. Like how he keeps trying to be part of the Royal Guard. One day, he went to the house of the head of the Royal Guard and begged her to let him be in it. Of course, she shut the door on him because it was midnight. But the next day, she woke up and saw him still waiting there. Seeing his dedication, she decided to give him warrior training. It's, still a work in progress. Oh yeah, I wanted to ask you something. Bum bum bum! Have you ever heard of a talking flower? Why, yes I have. So you know all about it. The echo flower. They're all over the bush. Say something to them, and they'll repeat it over and over. What about it? Well, Papyrus told me something interesting the other day. Sometimes, when no one else is around, the flower appears and whispers things to him. Flattery, advice, encouragement. Predictions. Weird, huh? Someone must be using an echo flower to play a trick on him. Keep an eye out, okay? Thanks. The plot thickens. Well, that was a long break. Can't believe I let you pull me away from work from that long. Oh, by the way, I'm flat broke. Can you foot the bill? It's just... 10,000 G. No, I actually can't. Just kidding. Grillby, put it on my tab. By the way, I was gonna say something, but I forgot. I don't have something to say. Grillb says that your food is probably cold by now. Sans is a sentry, but don't let his title make you think that he does anything. Everyone knows he sits around in the forest, reading car magazines. Sans is the most regular of all. He hasn't been showing up as much recently, though. Still playing poker, and appears to be losing. Capital's getting pretty crowded. Sans is interesting. He's told me all about all kinds of incredible foods, but despite his knowledge, he always orders the worst burger off the menu. Sansy, come back and sit with me. Everything's so fun when you're around. I like Sans. Sometimes he feeds us scraps of foods under the table. Then his brother gets mad. But why? We're adults. We can handle it. I was hoping Sans came in to give me a pat on the head. Interloper. Huh? Since when did you and Sans become friends? I don't like him. He loves to appear without moving. Cute dog is cute. Couldn't show me the shortcut back, apparently. I do kind of like how the snowflake pattern, when it joins up, kind of has a skull motif going on. The sound of rushing water fills me with determination. Let's hang out again sometime. Okay. This is a box. You can put an item, yeah. Why would you, though? You can't use items when they're in the box. Sincerely, a box hater. Okay, so I assume you get knocked down there, which I almost certainly will. What's down over here? Another echo flower. I swore I saw something behind that rushing water. The fact that I didn't get knocked off from there kind of astounds me, really. Yep, you did see something. There's a tutu lying on the ground here. Will you take it? Yes, I will take it. Got the old tutu. Info. Old tutu. Armor DF10. Finally, a protective piece of armor. Equip the old tutu. Hey, got across without being knocked over, which is astounding, as we said. Or, as I said, rather. Hello, Sans? Hi. Hi, Undyne. I'm here with my daily report. Regarding that human I called you about earlier. Did I fight them? Yes, of course I did. I fought them valiantly. What, did I capture them? Well, no. I tried very hard, Undyne, but in the end, I failed. What? You're gonna take the human soul yourself? But Undyne, you don't have to destroy them. You see... I understand. I'll help you in any way I can. Well, that's a large magical spear that is going to hurt a lot. I mean, not yet, but it will, because... Yo, did you see the way she was staring at you? That was awesome! I'm so jealous. What'd you do to get her attention? Come on, let's go watch her beat up on some bad guys. Ooh, ouch. Feeling of dread hangs over you, but you stay determined. When 4 bridge seeds align in the water, they will sprout. Okay. So just toss them across like that, and yada yada. Kind of surprised that it doesn't have them just floating off. The water doesn't appear to be floating that way. Or flowing, rather. What are we fighting now? Aaron flexes in! Hello, Aaron. Seahorse has a lot of horsepower. All of his attacks are harder to dodge at the bottom of the box. Check out all you want. He's admiring his own muscles. You flex. He flexes twice as hard. Attack increases for you two. Flexing contest? Okay, flex more! Ready for my next flex. Flex harder, thrice as hard. Nice. I won't lose, though! Sweat, 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 no pain, no gain. Flexing, flexing. Flexes himself out of the room. Woohoo! If an error is made, the Bell Blossom can call bridge seats back to where they started. Guess there's gotta be 4 of them in the row. Or do they just all have to be in the row? Guess I know it's said that they gotta be in a row. Yeah, okay. Actually have to be in a row. testing. And you don't get it. Okay. Tetris blocks. Yeah, I didn't think so. And yeah, I know this took entirely too long, but there are no excuses. That was just awful. Ring. Hello, this is Papyrus. How did I get the number? It was very easy. I just dialed every number sequentially until I got yours. I called you, buddy. So, what are you wearing? I'm asking for a friend. She thought she saw you wearing a dusty tutu. Is that true? Are you wearing a dusty tutu? Yes, I'm wearing a dusty tutu. So you are wearing a dusty tutu. Got it! Wink wink. Have a nice day. Long time ago, monsters would whisper their wishes into the stars of the sky. If you hoped with all your heart, your wish would come true. Now, all we have are these sparkling stones on the ceiling. Wishing room. Thousands of people wishing together can't be wrong. The king will prove that. Wash Wash shuffles up. This humble germaphobe seems to cleanse the whole world. So as it cleans. Ow, ow. Friends with a little bird. Reach out. Recoils from my touch. Yuck! Friends with a little bird. Joke. Tell a joke about a kid who ate a pie with their bare hands. Powers neutralized. No, that's jokes too dirty. Clean. Hops around excitedly. Green means clean. Good, clean fun. Okay. Finally got it. Come on, sis, make a wish. I wish my sister and I will see the real stars someday. Look through the telescope. Yes. Check one. Seems my horoscope is the same as last week's. Ancient writings cover the walls. You can just make out the words. The War of Humans and Monsters. Why did the humans attack? Indeed, it seemed that they had nothing to fear. Humans are unbelievably strong. It would take the soul of nearly every monster, just to equal the power of a single human soul. But humans have one weakness. Ironically, it is the strength of their soul. Its power allows it to persist outside the human body, even after death. If a monster defeats a human, they can take its soul. A monster with a human soul, a horrible beast with unfathomable powers. It's an illustration of a strange creature. There's something very unsettling about this story. Hello, Undyne. And we're dead. Cannot end now. Frog, stay determined. Well, sure, why not? Oh, Lord. Going in with base health. Interesting how the gameplay switches up here. Also interesting how only one shot appears to count. Running. Angry armored lady. Catches another kid. Also wearing a striped shirt. This one a monster. Okay, kiddo. Yo, did you see that? Undyne just touched me! I'm never washing my face ever again! Man, are you unlucky. If you were standing just a little bit to the left... Yo, don't worry, I'm sure we'll see her again. Well, now you got dirt all over the Undyne hand. And what do we have here, cheese-wise? This cheese has been here so long a magical crystal has grown around it. It's stuck to the table. Squeak! Knowing the mouse might someday extract the cheese from the mystical crystal, it fills me with determination. Now, I guess we'll continue onwards just a little bit more, even though we're getting close to the end of time for this one, but it's an odd-looking telescope. And what do you got to say, Sans? I'm thinking about getting into the telescope business. It's normally 50,000 G to use this premium telescope, but since I know you, you can use it for free. How's about it? Use the telescope, I'm about to get a black eye. Yep. Huh? You aren't satisfied? Don't worry. I'll give you a full refund. Well, aren't you just the charmer? And what's a star? Can you touch it? Can you eat it? Can you kill it? Are you a star? Nope. Supporting cast at best. Oh, hello. We apparently have a store here. I relocated my store, but there are still no customers. Unfortunately, I've thought of a solution. Punch cards! Every time you buy an ice cream, you can take a punch card from the box. If you have 3 cards, you can trade them for a free ice cream. They're sure to get the customers to come back. Ice cream! It's the frozen treat that warms your heart. Now just 25G. No. Well then, tell your friends. There's ice cream, hidden in the depths of a watery cavern. Ancient glyphs have been painted over with a list of 21 different flavors. It's a box for storing punch cards. It's empty right now. And my eye is clean. What's down here? You hear a passing conversation. So, don't you have any wishes to make? Your passing conversation. Just one, but it's kind of stupid. Pair of ballet shoes. Will I take it? I'll take it. Got the ballet shoes. Item. Info. Ballet shoes. They're a weapon. These shoes make me feel incredibly dangerous. And I won't put them on. Anyway, let's see if we can find a bit more of that conversation. Ring. Hello, this is Papyrus. Remember when I asked you about clothes? Well, the friend who wanted to know. Her opinion of you is very murdery. But I bet you all knew that already. And because you knew that, I told her what you told me you were wearing. A dusty tutu. Because I knew, of course, after such a suspicious question, you would obviously change your clothes. You're such a smart cookie. This way you're safe, and I didn't lie. No betrayal anywhere. Being friends with everyone is easy. Click. I doubt that would actually work, but who knows? Washua and Aaron appear. Ooh, I'm sweating. No, I wanted to clean. It smells like an underwater barnyard. Water's fine. Splashing me playfully. Well, mercy on that. Education, hobby, talent. Lexton. What happens if I shoot? Telling Aaron to go away. Feisty, huh? Apparently he can't take a hint. Flex off. Flex, flex, flex. Alex' arm was strong. Passing conversation. Don't say that. Come on, I promise I won't laugh. The power to take their souls. This is the power that the humans feared. Well, I mean, yeah. Hey there. Notice you were here. I'm Onion San. Onion San, you here? Okay, Onion San. You're visiting Waterfall, huh? It's great here, huh? You love it, huh? Yeah, me too. It's my big favorite. Even though the water's getting so shallow here, I have to sit down all the time, but... Hey! That's okay. It beats moving to the city. And living in a crowded aquarium, like all my friends did. And the aquarium's full anyway, so even if I wanted to, That's okay, though. You hear? Undyne's gonna fix everything, you hear? I'm gonna get out of here and live in the ocean. You hear? Hey, there. That's the end of this room. I'll see you around. Have a good time. In Waterfall! And we're going to try and find a save. Okay, apparently we're going to try and find a fight. It somehow encounters me anyway. Conduct. Wave my arms wildly. You're now vulnerable to electric attacks. Toot. Very faintly. Back. Funky tune. Follows my melody. Side re, side mi, side mi. Seems much more comfortable singing along. The northern room hides a great treasure. Well, let's find out what it is. X to quit. There's a piano here. Play it? Yes. What do we have to say here? Haunting song echoes down the corridor. Won't you play along? Only the first 8 are fine. I can't actually hear the song, unfortunately, so it's going to be difficult for me to play it. This power has no counter. Indeed, a human cannot take a monster's soul. If a monster dies, its soul disappears. An incredible power would be needed to take the soul of a living monster. There is only one exception. The soul of a special species of monster called a boss monster. A boss monster's soul is strong enough to persist after death, if only for a few moments. A human could absorb this soul. This has never happened, and now it never will. And I think we'll go ahead and hold it there, and I will go ahead and hop on with the ladies and see how terrible I am.
Are we on or not on?
We are on.
Okay, hey, welcome everybody.
Oh man, that Temmie armor is gonna be real cheap again.
Yeah.
We're gonna get that Tem armor. I'm glad you decided not to, take off the tutu to avoid that ambush.
Oh,
You
what
gotta,
happens in that case?
well, you would have avoided the ambush. There's no fun in that.
I'll be perfectly honest. That actually was more interesting gameplay.
Yes, yeah. So you're getting your first glimpses of the second boss, the second major boss, and she's already giving you a bit more trouble than Papyrus did.
Well, yeah, considering that Papyrus is supposed to be a joke in setting, and this lady ain't.
Yes, yes. So we'll see how that goes as you continue forward. But something we wanted to let you know about the piano room you were in.
Mm-hmm.
There is a solution to that.
Okay.
In fact, actually, the place that you stopped is where the solution can be found.
Of course.
But yes, there's a certain tune that you have to match. So, in order to not if you're not musically inclined, you can get an umbrella and place it on that statue, and it will reveal the actual number. The actual sequencing code needed to complete the puzzle.
So I'm actually curious. Did you figure out what the code that I was trying to put in there was?
Up, down, down, left, right, BA, star.
Yes, the Konami code.
Not quite. Yeah. So hopefully you'll be able to solve that one. But yeah. So not too much to say about what you've currently seen, since you've mostly been going through a section of puzzles and stuff. Oh, there is one thing I actually right from the beginning that I almost forgot that I was going to mention to you, which is if you were doing anything other than playing Pacifist right now. That bit where Sans stops you to say something and then seems to forget what he was going to say is where you get the infamous scene where he warns you that if you keep going the way you have been, you're going to have a bad time. Since you've been playing Pacifist, he doesn't have anything to warn you about because you're not doing anything that's going to get you in too much trouble. But that's your first big warning that, hey, this is a thing.
Yeah. It's actually kind of interesting that, I mean, obviously there's massive spoilers, I'm sure, with some of this, but I do find it interesting that that little bastard flower is apparently messing with Papyrus.
Yeah, that is definitely the implication, even though Sans immediately turns around to being to talk about Echo Flowers.
Well, of course. I mean, it would make more sense, and depending on how much he actually knows, I've been spoiled on the fact that he's ridiculously powerful. That doesn't mean that he's all-knowing either.
Yeah. Well, yes, but yeah, the implication is definitely there that Papyrus has been talking with the flower from the beginning. And yeah, obviously more of that will come up later on, which will be mostly spoilery stuff. But that is definitely the implication, and is something to tuck away in the back of your mind.
I'm also kind of sort of interested in the background that's going on with the reasons behind the human-monster war, so far as
yes,
it can be seen.
Yeah, there will be more of that coming. You're kind of getting your first proper hints to the actual history there, but obviously that will kind of unfold more and more as you get closer and closer to the capital.
Not gonna lie, a lot of what I'm reading here kind of has parallels to Lost Cause, War of Northern Aggression stuff.
Interesting read.
It's more nuanced than you normally get on that side of things, but the fact that they continually play up the fact that humans are terrifying physical threats, while going, and this is the only thing that they could have actually really feared about us, that sort of thing. But what's that even about? I mean, come on, they're terrifying physical threats.
It's an interesting read, but fair enough. There's again, more will be revealed as you go further along. Like there are some more specifics that you're going to get right like as you go deeper in.
Game is like, violence is pretty bad, you guys. Kit, and then there's a picture of Kit, and he's like, but what about war?
Well, I mean, I think that those are generally...
But what if we did shoot things?
Well, here's the thing. What you've got in the game is essentially saying violence is bad, okay? But let's go ahead and dig into the background and the lore of the actual setting. And the implication here is that both sides can do horrific violence to the other. The humans can go ahead and kill monsters. Monsters' bodies go to dust. Their soul is completely extinguished, which is terrifying. And then the humans can have their souls stolen by the monsters, and the monsters use them to power and do things that they want to do. That's actually part of the reason why I kind of got the Lost Cause thing. The idea that, you've got the North, which was, absolutely the more powerful of the two groups, and then you had the South, which was militarily completely outmatched, but also did such despicable things as slavery. Mm. And you've kind of got a bit of a parallel with that, with the monsters, that they can do some pretty terrible shit if they're going to be stealing souls and using them to power their magic or whatever that you've got there. But they're also likely to be crushed by the humans, and they did lose. And they've, built themselves into this underground society that is isolated and fears the outside human society.
Fair.
I mean, obviously, this is just reading just what I've seen so far.
Yeah, but, I think an important distinction here that should be that has been kind of pointed out, but is worth keeping in mind here is that the implication. Well, I don't think it's ever explicitly made clear either way. The implication is that it's not so much that the monsters were doing this terrifying, terrible thing, and more that the threat that they potentially could do this thing was what drove the humans to go to war against them.
Okay.
The implication is it's more of kind of a Cold War thing of they have this potential, therefore let's just extinguish it before it ever comes to pass.
Okay. How'd the humans know that?
Again, this is left largely ambiguous, but it's more again, if you read the thing, it very clearly states that no one's actually ever seen what it looks like if a monster takes the soul of a human. Just that it's a thing that essentially has been essentially theorized that a monster with a human soul would be.
I was reading, and I'd have to go back to actually read it and see if this is the proper reading, was that no one's seen what would happen if a boss monster soul was taken by a human. Mm. And that would be terrifying.
That was later. That was from the second set of runes. The first set of runes is the one that mentioned the idea that a monster with a human soul would be a terrifying beast. I'll
want to go back and see that, but and I probably will do that off camera, but assuming that your recollection is correct, okay, that makes a lot of sense. Though then I question the. Okay, so here's the thing, and this gets into the questions of war. Is generally I consider that war is a terrible thing, but it also comes from logical places for both sides involved. If we're just going to go ahead and say that the humans were awful and terrible and the monsters were the unabashed good guys, this game can go fuck itself.
Those Nazis have so much nuance, you guys.
Well, actually, if we want to get into that, if we want to get into that, and this is speaking as a Jewish man here, you have to go ahead and not just look at terrible people in the past that did terrible things as monsters. You want to look at them as humans, and with reasons for why they did that, because otherwise we aren't going to be able to learn proper, lessons from that sort of thing. What they did was awful and frankly unforgivable. The reasons why they did it, however, those are important to understand.
Yeah. Again, the kind of going off on like limited information here. Like,
well,
wait
yeah,
till you
no,
get
obviously I
further
get
into
it, but
Yeah.
part of the point of this whole thing is to encourage some discussion.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. Again, and like, I want to be very clear about this. While they do go more into it, like they very deliberately do not like give you a very clear recollection of exactly what happened, since at the end of the day, what you are seeing is explicitly just the the history as written by the losers. Like you are the one human in this game who is who you're actually like seeing, and your perspective is basically that of the player.
And you wonder why I took the Lost Cause reading on that.
Yeah. But yeah, like right now, what you're going to be like, you will be getting more history on the thing, but like they deliberately do not go too deep into like the causes of the war as much as just the end result on the people, like generations down the line.
Okay, and I'll be honest, that actually makes it more interesting because, like I said, the thing that would make me say just fuck it to this game is if they did, take that very explicit stance.
Yeah. Again, like this is slight spoilers for as it goes along, but a big part of the pacifism route is specifically not just you being a pacifist, but basically demonstrating that the monster characters who are, who do hold like bigoted beliefs towards humanity, due to this like idea that like the war is a very one-sided thing, like essentially, humans equals, villains equals like pointless aggression, is inaccurate.
Okay, yeah, I kind of figured it, because otherwise the pacifist route would let's just say I would have immediately started grinding for killings at that point, once I believed that it was that way.
Yes, no.
Because at that point, really any of the nuance and things that I could find interesting about this game would be dead.
Yes, no. This is obviously like what it's setting up for is the idea that you are trying to demonstrate that like the monsters and the humans do not need to be fighting and killing each other, as opposed to just not killing monsters.
Okie doke. Anyway, kind of bombshell and talking about these sorts of things. I guess we'll see people at our next recording. All right. Our next recording session.
Next time, people.
See ya.
I need you to go back and save.
Yeah, give me just a second here.